adventurers, and welcome to the Drunken Pony Pub. My name is Brad, and I will be your DM and your barkeep for this evening. So grab a drink, grab a sink.
Boys, grab that sink.
Get it,
sit
boys.
down.
Let that sink in.
It was
Grab a seat, grab a drink, and let's get started.
You can grab your sink though if you want.
Where we last left off, our adventurers had just left Evolution to head back towards Grey. Along the way, they encountered a group of slavers, which Ink recognized the leader of that group.
And now
They
nobody recognizes
killed him and took his cart, his horses, and the 3 slaves that
And
he was
his
keeping.
wife.
No, they didn't do that.
And his wee pounds.
Making their way back home, the next morning they headed to the castle, where they were led in and found 2 loyalist commanders within the hall. And that is where we left off. So, picking back up, you all enter. The king stands up. He says, these are the individuals I was telling you about. The man who's been pacing back and forth begins to eye you all up and down. Then steps forward to the person in front, who I assume is you. You probably entered first. Sticks his hand out. Brutus.
Pleasure to meet you.
Shakes your hand.
We are the Watchmen.
First thing he says, smells like cat piss.
The watchman.
Yes.
Good. Come, have a seat. He wanders over towards the table and pulls out a few chairs. There's not quite enough room for all of you, but about 3 or 4 of you could sit down.
Definitely sitting.
Never had a chair pulled out by a general before. Thank you.
Commander, please.
Apologies.
The one with the hood leans back. I'm the general. And the guy with the mustache kind of... This is General Wynn.
General Cairo, good to meet you.
And I'm Brutus again. We were told that you all might possess a special set of skills that we are looking for.
Depends on how special.
Fucking take an intro.
We
You got enough chromosomes to cover it.
we actually came here to look for backup. There has been some reports of unusual activity in the city of Cavers. Being that it is considered a loyalist city, as much of this is, it was our job to go in and nullify it by order of Commander Darius, of course. We will do whatever he says, although in my opinion, Cavers is a small enough city that it should be inconsequential for us. But for some reason, it holds a place dear to his heart, so here we are, looking for backup. We would rather not get our own hands dirty, and we're willing to pay a pretty penny if someone else will go take care of it for us.
Well, some of our own
300 gold.
Some of our own personal endeavors currently will have us being sent to Blackwater for a brief time. Now we can postpone that if the king requests our aid. We are here to serve.
The king kind of looks around nervously and goes, if you would like somebody to watch your house, well, maybe you do this. I can find someone to, watch your house and keep it safe and all your goods. If this would be something you'd be interested in doing, it's quite the offer.
Yes, if that could be arranged, we do have some fairly valuable goods that we recently acquired doing some trades in Evolution. If that could be arranged, then I feel that we will be up to the job.
Britton went up and took a seat next to you, too, and leans into you. It's a lot of money.
It's a humble sum, yes.
Yes, humble some.
Is there still a seat available?
Humble some. Yeah, there's still one seat available.
I'm gonna go take that seat.
Okay.
Yeah, just go.
Britton goes, I agree, we will accept your humble sum.
Don't say that out loud. It's okay, but it's okay.
You already said it.
It's out there already. I can't take it back.
He's not good with words, but he's incredibly skilled with a blade.
I'll take your word for it.
No, what sort of troubles have you been encountering out in Cavers?
We received a direct request from the city's governor to send aid. That's all I have. Darius thought it was worth, Atlas thought that it was worth, Darius is the king here. Atlas thought that it was worth our time and our effort. So here we are. But again, we didn't want to take matters into our own hands.
Yeah, given the town, it's trivial for someone of your standing.
Please. We are here to serve the world and, of course, Kronos himself, but our skills could definitely be used better elsewhere.
And, why not use us? Like, of course, we're here to serve as well.
Exactly.
But, you have
Gold is not an issue.
things to do elsewhere.
What is the personal? If you have any information, what's the personal significance of this town? Just so we know what we're getting into.
Sure, I can give you some names if you'd like them.
Yes,
He begins to scrounge around in his pockets. He pulls out what looks like a vial, puts this back down, pulls out a dagger, puts this down, pulls out like a throwing axe, puts it down. This is the buff plate mail version of your armory. He is just loaded with them.
I see parallels between.
Never.
So the governor is named Lursa Jones. She is a human individual. The sheriff is Marcus Holden. He's been serving there for a very long time.
Also human, I assume.
Yes.
Good. I'm writing this in a book in character.
Okay.
All right, and why would the general or forgive me, the commander send you all? Do you have any inkling of why this would matter to him? To this matter?
Not a bit. That's why it's extremely strange. Again, we don't ask questions, we follow orders.
Of course.
And you hear Wynn go, some of us do. Rolls his eyes under the hood.
Now, I do believe that this is a loyalist city that we're heading to. Could this...
Maybe, yes.
Could this disturbance be something to do with the rebellion? Because I know they've been popping up here and there.
No, usually we would have been informed of that and told to dispatch immediately. In which case we would have been sent with a much larger force and wiped out as much of the town as we needed to. Sort of show of power,
Of course.
Yes. I want to kind of in response to the general kind of being like some of us. I want to kind of glance to the commander, just like.
Okay. He just shakes his head.
All right.
You get the vibe. Give me an insight check.
All right. Ooh, that's good.
There you go.
19.
Judging by the sneers every time he says Atlas, you believe this guy thinks he deserves a better position than he currently has. Nobody in his mind of his stature and his position should even be here right now. He should be on the front line somewhere, commanding a sizable army, not running errand boy for Atlas.
All right.
That's where the sneers are. That's the vibe you're getting.
And remember, Atlas is
a Titan.
It's a Titan.
He is one of the only Titans who still everybody pretty much knows where he is and what he does because he is the High General for the Loyalist Army.
Atlas.
I'm gonna have to take his name.
Is that what happens every time your hammer takes a name that now becomes your new name?
What was the what were the names again?
Wynn is the general.
My nickname is Court.
Brutus is the
Just hit
commander.
people with it. I can change my names legally.
They are the first and second in command from the medallion you see on them of the Second Royal Second Royal Task Force. Same.
Sorry, it's been a long journey. We've been walking a lot these past couple days.
So have we.
Yes. We will. I don't want to speak for the group, but I believe we could. I would be interested in checking this out. I must admit, it's piqued my interest.
I think it's a very fine way to, one, make a lot of gold, and two, help out our image a little bit with our slip-up last time we had esteemed guests.
Guys, chill.
I heard you
I gotta fix
caused a ruckus.
Ruckus
he
is,
can't even hold in the kind of belly laughs.
Ruckus is maybe overplay.
Hinsley's a dick. It's fine.
Unfortunately, we aren't as refined as you, gentlemen.
I
and
wasn't always either. It's fine.
We were kind of in attack mode, so
It's fine.
I did the
I
joke.
understand.
It
It's
is.
Hinsley has it coming sometimes. Just
He got his
know your
brash.
place.
He's brash, and
Reasonably
he got his ship fixed out of the deal. Everybody came out smiling.
wonderful. See, up front, beautiful. We will request the money immediately. It can be here within 2 days. I can give you all 50 gold immediately. Unfortunately, it being a fairly large sum, we don't carry it around all the time. But I can give you 50 right now. Another 250 as soon as it arrives.
that is fairly reasonable.
What is it even? It's 300 each?
No.
No,
Okay,
300
that's what I
total.
thought, that's what I
That's
thought.
a.
I feel
300
so much.
Although the royal
Hey.
coffers could support it, not for this task.
Shame.
Now, I do have one more question. I don't know why Cam all of a sudden has an accent. I'm not too familiar with the city of or town of Cavers. What might we actually expect over there from what you know?
So, Cavers is a small town just outside the seaside thicket, which is a pine forest that covers the tri-intersection up north. It goes towards the east, and that forest runs pretty much that whole direction. It's small, but it's large enough that you're going to find it on a map. Unlike the dock town of Craspin, which is just to the east of it, just a very short, maybe hour walk east, you would find that town. And that's where some ships go in and out, especially slave traders will go out that direction if they're heading towards the eastern continent.
Right.
It's a small dock, though. You have to have a license, and you have to have a good reason to be docking there or pulling out of there. But that's really all you're going to find in that area.
Okay. Any, suspicious, activity that you guys have heard before?
I
this
literally
time?
don't even know why this town is of interest to him.
Okay. Fair.
I think either we should have wiped it off the face of the earth, or let them deal with their own problems.
Both of our
Again, must have some sort of sympathetic relation to the town.
I mean, both are viable options for sure, but we'll gladly look into it for you.
Whatever. All of our titans were once people as well. Perhaps he had important business in this town at one time.
Who knows? We'll figure it out.
No worries there.
Dungeon Master question.
Sure.
And I might have to do an ink history roll. Isn't Cavers where Kronos was born?
No.
No?
Cavers is not where Kronos.
Okay.
Kronos was born on the east continent.
Okay. Gotcha.
Let's go on the list then. Was it in?
No.
Missouri? Was it in Merritt? No. Blackwater. He was born in Blackwater.
Weirdly, he was born in Syria.
Freedom?
He's Jesus.
So we have a deal.
Yeah.
Perfect. If you will take care of whatever it is, bring back proof that either you've slain whatever monstrosity is causing the problem, or a letter from the mayor or governor that it has been dealt with, something along those lines, 250 gold, straight in the hand, it's done. Fair?
Very
Yeah,
fair.
we can do that.
Do you need horses?
No.
We have a cart and a couple
Perfect.
horses.
Not going to move much faster with individual horses than you will with a cart. Maybe a little, not much. So, if you wouldn't mind getting this done within the next... Well, it's going to take you a couple days to get up there. Reasonable amount of time. We'll stay in town. The king has been so kind as to put us up. And he sort of nods. Darius nods back, but he's not the best at hiding his emotions. He just...
Oh, I'm lying in this swill. Oh.
Yes. King Darius has been nothing but hospitable in our service to him. But yes, Atris, have any additions, any opinions, thoughts, questions?
Wind cuts you off and just stands up and goes, "Speaking of retiring, I'm done." And he just walks out. The Brutus goes,
Huh?
do you have any need of me? Either any further questions?
I believe we're done.
Unhinges a pouch, checks to make sure it's the right one, tosses 50 gold to you since he's been mostly talking towards you. Thank you. And he follows Wynn out. And then there's a moment and 2 guards, which were posted in the corner that were wearing the same red armor, walk out with them. And the king kind of... I'm always nervous when they come in here.
You're okay.
And
I did better this time.
He goes up to the one guard that's still in here and goes, if you will give us a moment. And he lets the guard exit and then closes the door. I thought maybe they were on to us for some reason. It was terrifying. So you are now clear in the room.
Yeah, no. If he's talking freely, then we're good.
No, I know, but you never know.
His advisor is still in there, the one with the floppy hat, but he's been in there before for it.
Yes. I love that they always pay us an easily divisible. It sounds easily divisible by 7. It's wonderful.
Britton's going,
It's not.
wait a minute.
It's not written. It's not. Yes. Well. We've returned. Things have changed a little since we last left. It would seem. If you don't mind, enlighten us.
I mean, city seems to be getting better. People are not as freaked out to be in the streets right now. Something happened in Cavers. These 2 showed up, and they wanted me to supply them with men. I suggested you all, because 1, I don't want to lose any of my men right now. No offense to you all. But 2, I thought this might be a good chance to gather information. Clearly, this town is useful to them. So, otherwise they wouldn't be involved in it at all, much as he said. Also, I needed to give you all your armor. And he walks behind the throne, and this heavy package slides it. You should find everything in there. And I believe my advisor wanted to speak with you.
That's why I'm here.
The only reason.
Yeah.
Yep. And your half plate.
I guess so.
And that crate.
I'll get rid of it sooner or later.
I'll just fucking start dragging the crate because it's
Okay.
probably heavy.
Yeah,
Yeah. I'll
you can get all your
put it
armor
on
out.
later.
It's beautiful. It's made to specification.
Should we let him know about us? This is just.
Throw the
clarify
buckler
that.
on too.
Should we let him know about us? Stowaway, shall we say?
That is what I'm here for.
Yes. Good. Well, in due time, then. Yes.
The
do
what?
mention
The
it.
watchful eye over our house.
Yeah, obviously. But what is the status on our associates? We met the one with the yo-yo when we were in Evolution.
Shalana.
Don't have to say names, but yes, we met with Shaylana. How are the individuals that we've met? Are they?
I haven't seen Shaylana or heard from her.
No, no, specifically the
No,
ones that introduced us to.
they're fine. Rend is who I was going to get to watch your house.
Okay.
She won't be happy about it, but she'll do it.
Well, there's. I step aside.
She's the Aaron girl.
A little
Well-
bit.
So have 3 maids to make our food for it.
Wow.
You have mates?
We came across some 2 individuals.
Valuable goods.
Okay, let's not beat around the bush.
Jesus.
We killed a couple
No.
of slavers and stole their
Oh,
slaves.
God.
Oh,
Freed.
Lord.
liberated.
Liberated.
Did you hide the evidence that you
Oh
took?
yeah.
Yes.
Well,
I wanted to
stole a
go.
lot of it.
I wanted to go 5 foot down, but I could only really get 3.
Now we're in the business.
I did the rest.
Time to start selling.
I'm not going to question it. I did not order you to do so.
No.
Oh, no, you
absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Right.
But I'm just telling you that that is the valuable cargo that we picked up, and that we wanted to deliver to Blackwater, and possibly gonna ship to go further south.
Gotcha. Okay. You can all handle that however you need to. I
Which Capers-
imagine the amount of money is going to be more than enough to charter a ship to freedom.
Which Cavers is port side,
But
I
it's
don't.
east side.
well,
Still.
It is a
it's
port.
coastal,
It is
Yeah.
still, well, close to coastal. It's close to.
but I'm not.
Close.
I don't have any contacts
Close
down there.
Yeah.
It'll take you like 4
What,
seconds.
what was the town east of Cavers?
It is Crespin.
Crespin. Yeah.
I will let my advisor speak with you. And do you all need anything else of me?
Not at anybody any.
In your opinion, what might be in Cavers that
Literally no idea.
You've asked that question.
Small
5
town.
times.
I asked the general, but like I was asking Darius.
Smallish town.
Yeah.
Lots of people. There's a forest. You go east, you hit the water.
This feels like a trap, does it not?
Why would they send 2 generals if it was going to be a trap?
I mean, yes and no. It was my suggestion to send you all.
To send us,
So-
yes. So a trap not for us, but
Now for us.
for
Yes.
a trap that was not meant for us.
That was meant for...
It's possible that was meant for the general's men. The fact that they aren't taking their own loyalist men and are instead sending some freelancers out may be a hitch in the problem, a hitch in the plan for whoever's planning. It just seems strange that what is essentially a podunk town would ask for aid in such a vague manner, and some of the highest military officials in the region, I don't know why.
It is odd. Perhaps there is something of either significance, again, that is close to Atlas's heart, that he does not want them to know, or maybe it is a trap. I'm not going to make my judgment.
How close to that town is the resistance army?
Nowhere near.
Nowhere near. Okay.
Nowhere near at all.
All right. Well,
And the closest member of the Time Watch would probably be from Evolution, right? Shalana, probably.
Or
Or
here.
maybe even here.
Here, more likely. Yeah. Anyways, I have a lot to wrap my own brain around as well. They are a talkative bunch, always wanting to demand loyalty and kiss-assery.
I
I'm
find it's
exhausted.
I find it's fun to pretend like you're one of them, and I just like to play the character of kind of a smarmy, like noble with them. It's fun.
It's pretty much what I do all day. The advisor comes up to you, Nomad. He goes, I have something for you.
Is it a
Please,
cannon?
Come with me. No.
Chess cannon?
No. No.
We don't
I'm
want
not as excited. But
Oh, that's crazy.
No, it's, no, wait. No cannons.
The man doesn't care for emotion, so he's like not as excited.
it's
went to
like
Evolution,
fucking Mass Effect
to get a
creatures.
fucking cannon for a
Well, we're about to go back with 300.
Nomad will remember this.
spit between us.
we're about to go
So
back. Well, yeah.
he leads you towards his room, which Ink before is the room that you snuck in when he passed out.
Nobody needs to know that.
No, nobody does. But it does have a big window. He takes you in there, closes the door behind you.
Oh.
I grab his throat.
I don't like tight spaces.
Um,
Claustrophobic.
Leans in.
in case no one has ever told you, my name is Konak. I am the advisor of the king. I'm also a and he pulls back his hood, and you see the big floppy hat, and you see why it's so floppy now. As he lifts it up, he has 2 antlers, which have been shaved down halfway. And I am a druid. Which you're not going to see a lot of around here. The reason I came to you is the piece inside your chest.
Can I have it?
What about it?
Where did you get it?
I have no clue. I was simply made with it.
You were made with this clothing.
I woke up, and I never knew it existed.
Were you touched by a druid? Not inappropriately,
Whoa.
of course.
No.
Do you want to
Druid
be?
touched.
Would you like to?
Wait, what? Was there a druid in my...
Yes.
Did I have any interactions with him?
Oh yeah. Quite a
Okay.
few.
Okay.
And that was one of the spirits that you saw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I thought so. I believed that was the case. You are a very, very special construct, in the sense that very, very few have ever experienced. Your life force is that of the wild, of the wilderness, of the earth itself. You are not a metal and magic construct. Everything about you is natural, and you feel pain, you feel love, you feel emotions that no one else can.
It's
Same, dude.
Oh.
Same.
like, I was cursed with this. I was not blessed.
You have 30 seconds.
I have something for you. It was passed down through my family for many generations, and I have never, ever had the chance to hand this off to anyone who I believed would be worthy of it. He begins to rummage through some drawers. He pulls out finally a what looks like a just piece of petrified wood on a necklace. It's not much, but this is the heart of the oldest tree in the Arco forest. Well, it's dead now, obviously, because this is its heart. But it was at one point, and it was passed down through many generations, and it can be used as a focus to those who are druidically inclined. And it is yours, if you will take it.
I'll find someone who is druidically inclined.
I don't think you understand. Do you see that flower over there? He points to one in his window. I want you to do something for me. Put that on, please. It does fit. You kind of have to squeeze it, though. It's like when you wear a necklace that just barely fits and it like would scrape your ears, you just don't have them. It's like grinds down.
Scratches all over.
Yeah, it's like I lose one eye.
You're gonna have to polish
This
out.
process.
That's why you got the mic.
I want you to really, really focus on it. I know this seems silly. It doesn't make sense to you, I'm sure. But I want you to really focus on it. Think about it. Have you ever experienced a time when you and an animal or you and a plant became one? You saw through their eyes.
Now that you say that.
You know that feeling, that tingle in the back of your head that you had? I know you have it. You're a construct, but I know you have it. Focus that. Focus on that plant.
Okay.
And you feel almost ridiculous at first, like you're just basically holding out your hand and kind of like. Finally, you just kind of concede and really focus, and
Just taking a lot.
there's a pause. It takes probably about 5 minutes, and you can almost hear his just old
It's
man
like-
breathing. Just old man.
it's like, can you
And
be
then
quiet? It's like-
he begins to hold his breath, and in that moment, you see the leaves on the plant begin to grow. They begin to twirl around themselves, and you focus as you make it bend and move. Small sprouts begin to come out, and they slowly form the same, like heart-shaped piece of wood, petrified wood that you have, but with the plant as the leaves and the roots grow up together to form this. And you are now able to use Druidcraft.
It's what?
Weird question. If he's like a nature robot, does blight work on him extra?
Yes. No, he is not a plant.
Yo.
Just because he is nature inclined does not mean that he is nature.
You did specify petrified wood, so there's no moisture in there.
Yeah,
It's
even
true.
on the piece there. You also gain one other druid cantrip of your choice. And once per day, you may now cast Speak with Animals.
Only once.
All he wants.
So far.
It's like-
3 of us are gonna be up in my room just meowing.
I was like, what the hell?
Just vibing.
Just vibing, man.
I wish I never turned
He
it
can
on.
only listen on a one. Like,
One
yeah,
conversation.
one fucking sentence.
Just continue to focus these abilities. And I think you're going to do great things. That which you just did is something nobody else I have ever met outside of the forest itself has been able to do. Especially not those who weren't born into it. Clearly this was something awoken within you. And I think you should embrace it. That's all. Also, I can get you a cool no floppy hat. Okay, it's fine. It's
Dude, no, get
I
that fucking
need-
floppy hat.
Actually, I do have a request.
yes.
I need a hat.
He goes into his closet, opens it up, and there's like
Same
10 of
hats.
the same floppy hat. Picks one out.
Maybe not one of those hats.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find you a different one. We will request one.
But a cannon?
Oh,
I cannot. That's outside of my.
Nature cannon.
sure.
No.
T-shirt cannon.
It shoots pollen.
Potato cannon.
It's a flower.
flower
allergies.
cannon. It's just I'm just fucking Bastion or
It's
something.
just
Pulls out like his
Pocket
arm
sand.
transform and it's just like a
It's a bird lands on your shoulder.
Bastion.
Bastion.
Yep.
Mhm.
Is that? But you are now partly druidic.
So, nice.
Everybody, I'm assuming you retire and you set off the next day.
I head back to the house.
Okay.
How's she?
What was the goat lady?
Transform.
I will have to find
That
it.
would be pretty bad.
I don't have my notebook, so I haven't been taking notes.
No,
That's
it's
okay.
What is it?
No.
The goat lady's name?
Goat lady? Oh, the goat lady is from the Malawaga.
Mando.
Mando Malawaga.
Mando.
Night. When I get back to the house, I find Mando, and I toss her the 50 gold.
I don't even know what to do with this.
Clothes, food.
Goat.
And
She's.
You just want me to walk out
She
into
will
town?
have
And
somebody looking after her.
say you work for us. You're on an errand.
do you have like a symbol or a calling card or
We could send
a title that I can give?
It's
Rent.
No.
No, hold on a second. Let's have Rent go out.
Yes, because we want to. But she's already watching our house.
On my flask is also the symbol that's on my right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Can I like just describe that on a piece of paper for me?
Yeah, that would be hard.
I'll do that.
Yeah. So what does the symbol look like?
Just the bottom one right here.
Okay. So you inscribe it. It's basically like an omega type symbol.
I mean,
That
Before we
has the
left, I wanted to ask the king one last thing.
Sure.
Just so when did you say you would be sending Rend to our establishment?
Today.
Today? She's already there.
I'll send her over.
All right.
She won't be happy about it. Again,
Yeah,
just
half
give her
ounce,
some
yeah.
alcohol or
Did you
something.
put on your half plate?
All right.
Yeah. Or I mean,
Alcohol, you said.
Oh,
Yeah, when I get home.
As I was
Think
as
now,
whenever we
go
get
yeah, I have it. I've already put it back.
just
I've
so that
already
you
put it
know,
on.
daily I'm gonna make a
Give a shield
devil,
as well.
a smoke, and 3
Give a
grenades,
shield
Okay.
as well or something.
and then just for them,
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
pour
We'll just
out-
keep track of like the duration of them because
Yeah,
after a day they become
Yeah,
half
half, yeah.
effective. So
And then for the people, I'm gonna pour out whatever I can.
okay,
8 bottles worth of the signature drinks.
perfect. Good. All right.
Keep them nice.
So anything else you guys would like to do
Could I finish
before
my
we move
robot?
towards setting forward?
I say,
If you work the rest of today, you could finish it. Yes.
Dealio.
do you like want me to mark the 3 of you?
Yeah.
I would not like another brand.
Oh, no.
No thanks.
Right. You know, just act like you know what you're doing,
Yeah, do it.
and you can get into a lot of places. Plus,
Sure.
this place is not like super hardcore about that stuff.
Okay. She wanders out with the gold. Takes the letter though with you just in case.
I mean, it doesn't have to be all spent today. Like
I don't think I can spend 50 gold in a day.
I can.
Oh, I can.
These student IDs, what are they? Just straight up paper or parchment?
They are parchment. They do have a letterhead to them.
Okay.
So the parchment is made specifically in evolution.
Okay.
So you're going to be also trying to forge a piece of parchment, which is going to be a lot harder.
Okay. Well, I just want to get the materials to do so
Okay.
while I'm here.
If you're really going to try and like make parchment from scratch too, you're going to probably spend at least a couple gold.
Okay. How much do you want me to mark off? Just 2?
Yeah, just 2.
Okay.
Should be fine.
Okay. So I've got that,
All right.
and I'm. Are we probably coming back to?
You also feel like
Yeah,
eventually
we're
you
gonna
could
be
go
coming
back
back
up
to
to
that.
evolution and buy the parchment itself if you wanted to, and
I mean, we
then
can.
that would be
That's
you would skip the hardest part of the forgery because the rest you can just do innately with your abilities.
Okay. Well,
I say let's focus on getting this job
I'll
done
just say
first.
I spent it and I'm using it as practice.
Sure. Hey.
Then we can decide. We're gonna have to come back to Gray period to get our payment.
Yeah.
And then we can decide if that's enough to head back to evolution, or if we want to get the.
Go back to
Shipment.
Blackmore. Yeah.
When Rend shows up, I want to have a word with her.
She does eventually. She doesn't even knock. She just swings the door open, walks in, sits down,
It's good to see you. again.
finds a bottle, and just boom.
There's plenty.
It's a new make actually. Kaito put good work into it.
Uh huh.
All right. Yes. I just
It's fruity. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Well, regardless,
Still got 28 of the shitty type.
were you made aware of what it is you are here for?
Nope.
God.
Supposed to watch your house.
Well, it's more specific. It's more important than that. Otherwise we wouldn't have bothered with it. We recently procured some slaves, and we have them here,
Okay.
and we don't want them recaptured.
Okay.
So just if you could keep an eye on them and keep them safe.
Okay.
Just letting you know. Also, they've gone through a lot. I'm sure the worst of horror stories that you've heard
Okay.
about it. So just be aware, be gentle around that sort of aspect. Yes, but otherwise, I do appreciate very much that you're watching.
Yep.
that.
Sure.
Good.
No problem. Are they? Can I meet them?
Yes,
Yeah.
of course. When they find their way down, I'm sure they will. They are.
Sure.
They
Do
are.
they talk?
One of them does. I
What do you
believe I believe Ink sent them out to shop for themselves.
Sure. They're getting groceries?
Groceries, clothing, that sort of thing.
Sure. Why not? As long as they can cook for me, I will do whatever I need to do.
Okay. Well, we do.
I can't cook.
I'm not much of a cook myself.
Surprise.
Though I would say, do go easy on asking things of them. We did save them from being like cooks and.
I'll say
maids and
please.
stuff.
She continues to drink the wine.
My. All right. Well, thank you again. I'm gonna go do whatever Corbin does.
Okay. Dick around.
Corbin shenanigans.
Do some Corbin things.
Dick around in the zombie.
Read a few books and write a manuscript.
Fancy.
Oh.
By the way, you might be running low on books to read nowadays. You might want to
Oh,
start looking for some more books.
I haven't because there is some things that I get like bonus or like there's things I learned from, but I haven't. Like you said, you got to crack into them and read them first.
Yeah. So what are you reading?
I didn't write down the books that.
I mean, we could always rob a library.
We've established very well that
no,
there's
so
not
you
a
didn't want to do that
library I
last
can
time.
access here.
We just want to cast an alarm spell even louder than their alarm spells. They're like, huh, weird.
A fucking fantasy EMP.
Yeah. So what he was referencing before is that previously when we had done this house, somebody tried to craft an alarm spell but epically failed in making it. So it was just an endless door alarm that no matter when it was opened, it would just.
Specifically, it was an oven going off and yelling, "The muffins are ready."
Muffin time.
Muffin time.
It's muffin time.
Look, cat bug.
Cat bugs.
It's cat bug.
Fuck. I wrote down the books that I have that I left here in my computer and I don't have it with me. So.
Okay, you just let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know what you start spending some time reading. Is anybody else doing anything before they head out?
Drinking and climbing on top of the roof.
Okay, you climb on top of the
I
roof.
have extra time. I'm gonna start working on the dog.
Okay, yeah, you can start it. That one's a little bit more in shambles, but you can still do the same. It's more of the getting metal. I don't know if you have enough.
I have 10 iron, 7 bronze, so I'll need some of the soft.
Okay, so yeah, you'll need a little bit of metal, which might be harder to find here in Gray, to be honest with
And
you.
we're moving around.
Yeah, you're moving around, but you get started for sure.
Is Rin on the couch from right downstairs?
Yeah, she's still like on the chair, and she's just going, "You guys really need more furniture in here. This is sad."
I walk over. I
Any gold you?
take the bottle from her hand and I put the old brew.
Oh, that's better.
I'm going to the roof.
You all need more furniture in here. This is whatever gold you're getting from whatever you're doing. You really should consider things that don't squeak when I sit in them.
We left the rescues with a lot of money, more than they're going to spend on stuff. So
Yeah, well, I don't want to leave them here by themselves, so maybe I'll see if I can get somebody to come and buy stuff for you. This is rough. As she's like wiggling in one of the chairs and is doing this number.
we have spent most of our time owning this property out of town.
Yeah, fair. Alright, what are you guys doing? Anything else? Perfect.
Can I sell my old scale mill anywhere here? Or would that be a different type of
You
time?
can sell, yeah.
Okay. I want to sell that and then one of the crossbows, because I've been holding on to like 2 of them.
What you're looking for is that there's a street vendor named Craig. He's got a big old list of stuff for sale. You just throw it on there and it eventually disappears.
They just throw it on the listing board and eventually somebody buys it and it
Yeah.
goes away.
I'll do the same thing with my old armor as well.
Gosh, nobody wants that shit.
So
So
your old scale mail probably will sell for about 20 gold.
BVO.
Your old mail was, what was it? It was a plate?
Chain.
Was it chain?
I think it's chain, yeah. 16.
Yeah, you can't start with plate.
No.
Yeah, it had to be chain then.
You're gonna get maybe 30 gold for it after how beaten up it is.
Cool.
It's really good.
I mean, that's a
You
solid.
could mend it.
That's not a lot for mail like that.
I can
though.
mend it.
I can mend it even.
I have mend.
So what about that?
Fix up some boo-boos.
crossbow?
I can press digitation, like clean it shiny.
Oh, you gotta make it look really nice?
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
And then they buy it, and then it's too late because they're gone.
I can cast Disguise
I
Self
mean, it's
on it.
like when you clean it, it's a permanent effect. So they can just get good armor.
Let's see.
What if we make it look real nice before I sell it?
Yeah, as soon as we do that.
I can roll persuasion. Try to make them spend even more on it. Talk about how it's...
Sentimental. It
Yeah.
carries the battle scars.
We like to use the word ornate, rustic.
So you
Refurbished.
could mend back the holes in it. You cannot mend the dents or the burns or the charring or anything like that. You're still not going to get more than 30 on it. All you can do is fix the links that are broken.
I can fix
Yeah, mending
that.
does not fix the actual wear and tear to the armor itself, like to the metal.
Well, I can do that. I've got a smithing set.
The amount of time you're going to spend is worth more than the if you really want to.
That's antique in a nutshell.
While we're all like philanthropizing, I'm gonna, or like we're all entrepreneuring. I'm gonna work as a doctor for a little bit too while we're at it.
Okay. Where at?
Local clinic outside our front step.
Yeah, we'll walk up.
The walk-in clinic.
No, I'll get the king. I'll ask the king if he can set me some up.
That can be
Probably
the
not
next
on a whim,
Oh,
but
Not like a building.
walk
but
in
like
everything.
just like a
You need it, we do it.
like a blood drive essentially.
Fucking CPS.
Over for scurvy.
overnight probably not. This
Okay.
is. I mean, I assumed you were all heading out in the morning.
I wouldn't have asked him. This was more of a bet than anything else.
All right. Doing anything else?
I want to buy some seeds.
Seeds?
Yeah, just
Hey.
Not a problem. How much?
how much is a bag worth? Bag's worth.
You like a bag?
Like a pouch. I mean,
A pouch?
yeah.
2 silver.
I'll buy one. I'll buy.
Yeah.
I'll
Pouch-
buy.
What kind of seeds are you looking? That could also determine things.
Get some Venus flytrap seeds. Make some fucking
Venus
feathers.
flytrap.
Hemp.
Hemp. All right.
Hemp's great. Hemp's good for everything. Make
Yeah.
for hope. Make
Sure. Yeah.
unless you're growing actual weed. That's like a whole different.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's a whole different cultivation
No.
process.
We're CBD. We're legal.
Uh,
There's a big difference.
I mean, what is there to buy? I should ask.
Hemp is not hard to buy. I mean,
Okay.
that's a pretty common growing operation.
No, I just want to buy seeds to like just grow them and test it out.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
It's
can't
like-
get weed, I need the painkillers.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, there's hemp there.
Get some tobacco.
Yeah.
We can start rolling our own.
I'm doing a lot of
True.
wooden spoon in the mouth.
We're gonna make a fucking drug trade. There's nomads growing shit immediately.
weed's gonna be harder to find seeds
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Hemp's pretty cheap.
What about just like some oats for the horses?
Okay, yeah, just like a gold worth of oats.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
that'll la- That's like a good.
A
That's like a
ch-
good bag.
chunk,
That's like
yeah.
Yeah, we can load it up in the back.
Or-
Let the strong
yeah.
survive.
Yeah, just load it up there.
I am drunkenly eating a fish.
Okay, it's getting a little rancid. And yeah, it's getting a little rancid. All right, you guys rest for the night. Wake up the next
I mean,
morning.
I assume I'm treating Ink's food poisoning tonight.
Oh yeah, most of the night. You wake up the next morning and you load up the cart.
Autobots transform. Roll out.
The lady does return with the. She's dressed a little bit nicer. She also comes with 2 other sets of clothing for the others, and she brings about 5 bags worth of just like vegetables and some grains and things like that, so she can try and cook something. And she hands you back 35 gold. It's like hands it back to you.
Anybody give you any trouble?
No.
All right. I don't want to break any faces today.
Ren, this is introduce them.
She nods. The other 2 like haven't come down. It's like they're waiting on the one who can talk for them to return. And then after she's there, they come down and introduce, are introduced as best they can be, without knowing names, of course,
Yeah.
because they can't talk.
I guess this is early morning, or is this?
It's early morning.
hit up some quick shops.
Okay.
Buying with whatever is chained back. 150 foot of rope.
Okay.
I know that Nomad doesn't need to eat, so gonna do about 5 days worth of rations for everybody.
For everybody?
Yep.
I can just feed us, Dealey.
I'm not surviving off of your fucking chalk pellets.
What do you mean? I was talking about the mayonnaise.
For how many days did you say?
5.
I got honey as well.
So you're looking at 15 silver, 15 gold, I guess, or so, for all the rations.
All right. So and then 150 foot of rope. 3 tents.
Oh, our rations are so damn expensive, dude. Like 5 silver for a day of rations. Like, that just feels... It's like
And-
$50
and then you go-
equivalent.
Then you go to a bar and it's like, here's a silver for a
Right.
plate and
I
a
guess
drink.
because it's packaged. It's like buying
Yeah.
Lunchables. Like, they're kind of pricey, really,
Well,
when you
there's
look
also-
down at it, you know?
There's
You
also
gotta,
the
like, cure the meats
process.
and
Yeah, I
stuff.
was gonna say
Yeah.
the process behind.
I guess that's true. It's like buying beef jerky. Beef jerky is
Yeah.
pricey.
Yeah.
Like a bag of beef jerky, if you were to make a whole meal's
Yeah,
worth of
trace.
it for each meal, you're really looking at like $50.
How much
So I guess
is the
it makes
jerky that
sense.
you
It just
buy?
feels so much.
Yeah.
Making real
Can I-
Hard tack.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I just buy like I don't know, like
eight
Fruit
12
seeds,
bucks
whatever?
For the
medium
rope,
large.
another gold.
Okay.
For what
3
it
tents.
Yeah. Hey, you haven't spent all your curse gold yet, have you?
This is from the.
Oh, you're specifically using that one.
Yep.
Okay.
He's so ready, getting his dice tray ready.
I was ready.
Yeah.
Use it up.
So how much is 3 tents?
I don't think tents are very much. I don't know. I'm actually having to look these things up because I don't know them off the top of my head. Tent costs 2 gold.
Okay.
So, another 6 gold.
I'm gonna buy some paper. Just like paper and some like ink and stuff.
A few silver.
Silver.
I'm not sure who has one, so we're gonna do 6 water skins.
Okay. Alright.
You don't need one.
Oh, come on.
You have like
5
8
silver.
probably.
Skins aren't much.
5 silver.
This is
Well, 6. We'll say 6 silver to make it
6
even.
silver. Alright. I should cover everything. You already got food for the horses.
horses can just eat on.
Britton goes out shopping too. I need to write his stuff
Oh,
down.
buying stuff are written too.
Oh, I know. He's got other stuff he
My
wants though.
5 days rations is just
I leave the
ramen, right?
paper, ink, and quills like and stuff with the mute slaves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Only one of them can write, unfortunately, but they do so. Alright.
No, we got light spells for torches.
I also have the lanterns.
Yeah. Nah, this should cover us for now.
Okay.
I'll head back and I pretty much just throw all that into the back of the cart.
Alright. Throw it all in, you load it up. Anything else you guys need to do?
I'm gonna put one of my horse packs that I got onto the horses.
Okay. And you head out.
Oh, I'm gonna leave the skull behind, by the way. Just having that set.
Nay, nay.
You're just leaving it in the house?
Friend's capable.
Okay.
On the way,
Shove it under my bed. There's enough bottles
with
to
my
block the
disguise
view.
kit, I'm going to be making some animalistic features matching those that are in our house in case we need to pose as darkish going east.
Okay. Alright.
I give 10 of the remaining gold to Ren because she said she wanted to furnish the place.
Okay. Interior decorator.
And I know she's not going to buy
Crocodile,
anything
alligator.
fluffy.
No, definitely
I
not.
drive a separately movie theater.
Alright.
Yes.
She's
You-
going to buy a functional couch, a functional coffee table, and a kick-ass wine rack. That's what it's going to be.
So you all head north?
I'm gonna have the spider hide underneath the cart.
Okay.
Just so you know.
It does so. And you reach around nightfall, as expected, the intersection. This time, however, you will be heading east from here. You can again choose to go through the night if you'd like, or once again you can set up camp here.
Are there some people already here?
Yes, there is. It seems to be just a mismatched group this time. There is what looks like a half-orc man who's sitting by the fire. There are 4 tents behind him, and then there's a merchant wagon next door essentially, and there's a man wearing just extravagant clothing who's sitting at the fire along with him, and they seem to be chatting with each other despite clearly being from separate groups.
How many grave-shaped holes are there?
None right here.
Okay, cool.
Those are off in the woods. Unless they did something that we don't know about.
Maybe. There's
There's actually probably a lot of graves at this crossroads.
maybe it's kind of one of those you dig something up and you have to go. We gotta go next. Another 6 feet
two
over. 2 over.
I'm not traveling through the night. That's just.
You definitely have enough tents now, and you still have your wagon too. So.
Oregon Trail time beat.
Right. Offload.
Okay. You all set up camp. Who's taking first watch, or is anybody?
I'll take first watch.
I will too.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. Give me some perception.
Well,
checks.
how about you guys go together? Because I'll take first watch as well, but my perception isn't very good, so I can.
They're already doing
higher
first watch.
conversation.
Those two can go. I'll take second.
They're doing first watch.
Okay, I'll go.
Uh,
I'll go carry.
21.
That means
21? Okay.
Jeffy.
I'm on first watch.
I can take theirs
Yeah.
as well.
Okay. Also pretty good. 19, I think.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing seems to happen. How are you guys sleeping, by the way?
I'm
underneath
in
the cart.
wagon.
You're in the
Nut to
wagon.
butt.
I'm in the cart.
Nut to butt.
Who all's in tents and who all's in the cart?
I'm in the cart.
I'm underneath it.
Okay. The rest of you in tents.
Yeah.
Brayden will definitely take a tent since you got enough of them
I was
now.
gonna say, if we have a tent, I'm not gonna mold earth myself a
You guys
tent.
got tents.
We bought 3 tents.
Plus I have mine.
Who's taking second watch?
I am.
I am too.
All right.
I'm gonna do the feature as well, just in case there's any suspicious groups around us.
Okay.
15.
15.
17.
17. You pick up just the number that's
Okay.
here as well. You don't seem to notice anything.
Right, back to bed.
And then third watch, or are you putting people to bed in the cart as you move?
Me and actress.
Okay.
Who's
Give me your
watch.
perception checks.
This is the
How
hard
you
one.
doing?
Bruh. I don't perception G.
Ooh, would you look at that? You basic ass bitch.
10.
Dirty 20.
30, 20. Okay.
Good thing he was there.
I trained in perception. But I do want to sit up with actress for a little bit.
Really quick, what is everybody's passive, by the way?
13.
11.
Passive is
14.
10 plus,
Plus whatever my spider
Plus
is,
your
actually.
perception.
14.
If I was a wise man,
12.
I wouldn't be a necromancer.
Okay. Alright. So you all get back up? Everything? Pack it up?
I did want to sit up with actress for a little bit.
Okay.
So during our watch, I pull out 2 of Kairos brews. You want the piddly stuff or the fruity stuff?
I don't care.
Alright, you get the piddly stuff. So, what do you think of everybody?
During your watch, by the way, the merchant is packing up and leaving.
Okay.
He is planning on traveling the remaining part of the night.
Sunrise is not as bad.
Yeah.
You get caught out at 3 a.m., you're fucked.
In our group?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Corbin's the brains. Without him, I feel like, number one, half of us would be dead. And then number two, our collective group intelligence would be fucking low as shit.
I mean,
the lizard man, Cam, doesn't talk much, kind of a dick at some points, but he was alright. Good spellcaster from range. He fucked a whale, right? It's pretty cool.
Wait, what? No, I was not. What?
Only a tail. I don't know. I don't want to know.
Whale tail.
I'm gonna have to get that story out of him.
Yeah. Same. Nomad. Allegedly. I have to say this because he's probably awake right now. I am listening.
He's just standing on the...
I mean, actually, yeah. You don't
That's
need
true,
to-
yeah.
I'm technically always conscious.
Yeah.
But
Or when you shut down, you're just out for 6 hours,
yeah.
no matter what.
Nomad is a hopeful I don't know if you could call him a soul, but according to the ambassador dude, advisor man.
Did he?
Yes?
I mean, wait.
It's whatever you told them.
Yeah. I didn't really tell him much. Other than it's like, he gave me this necklace.
Yes, he asked me if I was ever touched by a druid, and then he started breathing really heavy.
Britain, my bitch now, basically. But he's
Wait, I need to know that story too. What did you do?
saved him.
Is that code for something?
No, he almost drowned.
Oh,
I
okay.
caught him before he fell
Okay.
overboard.
Because normally whenever someone says, like, you're my bitch now, like, that normally means something completely different.
So, well, he's still in training, but he's
Oh,
he's getting
God.
Lord have mercy, dude.
Dude, chill.
All those off-screen sparring sessions they have, it's like, no, swing from the hips.
That's what I do with Braden.
You stand
God.
behind him and hold his hips to show him proper swinging techniques.
In our room, it's just me and him practicing all the
I've
time.
seen
I
Ghost.
fuck with him sometimes. Like,
Yep.
he'll try and swing. I'll just throw the mattress up. He's like, ah!
And I've only seen one of these one time in my life, but I'd use it to compare to Cairo. He's a walking bag of holding.
Bag of devouring.
Now, hold on.
Yeah.
I use the
I didn't
things.
know those existed, but that sounds more correct.
Yeah, no, they're actually a lot more common, which kind of sucks. Like, you get scammed on them all the time in the black market. You're like, oh yeah, I got a bag of holding. You throw like 500, 600 gold on it, you put something in there, and then all of a sudden try and bite your hand off.
You sound experienced.
No, not at all.
Well, anyway, why did you ask?
Just curious. You know, apparently we're going to be spending a lot of time together. So, just kind of...
Don't say it like that.
Damn. Creepy sounding.
Spending a lot.
You get touched by a hundred.
Time, you say. We're the watchmen. The
I
time
just,
watchmen.
you know, like to know where everybody's at.
Fair.
What's
Where
your thoughts on him?
Yes.
No, your thoughts on him.
Oh, on you, by the way.
I didn't ask about me.
You're a cat.
Smelly drunk.
Pretty cool.
Smelly
You
drunk.
constantly smell like piss. You drink, which is neat.
People who think drinking is a personality trait, like,
I know, the worst kind of person.
There's a god I've heard once. Zach.
oh boy.
Well then,
For legal reasons, this is a joke.
For legal reasons, that we did this never happened.
No, but
Oh,
cut back in.
so you're telling me about this this whale?
Oh,
All right, so we sunrise occurs. Everybody starts getting back up,
Yeah.
and you all may set back off, packing up tents.
On the way to
The adventuring group leaves just before you all do.
the village, can I like finish up as much of the dog as I can without the need of the soft metal?
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can pretty much get to that point, but
Okay.
it's that's pretty much required for the last bit of it.
Yeah. Just put a question
yeah,
mark.
with our perception checks, since I got a 10, you got a 20. I was like just super zoned in on my story and what I was gonna say, and the entire time you're just like, yeah, cool,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
uh huh, neat, cool.
18 birds flying north.
27 matches.
I had to keep repeating what I was saying because you're like, wait, what?
One of us has to keep watch.
I saw a rabbit.
We fought a what in the box? Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right. You all head east. It's around nightfall when you finally approach Cavers. Cam?
Yeah.
When you are just doing an inventory of your stuff, you are short 3 gold. Sorry, bud. Random check to see who they went after. Party has a rogue. And
It's only 3.
wasn't much. It was what they could grab really quick with a pinch and then back out the tent. And you all arrive at this small town of Cavers. It has just hit sundown. It's again, it is a small town, but it's kind of cute and quaint in the sense that the roads are very well kept. The homes all have sort of cottage feel to them, and you can smell from here the ocean off to the east. It feels like home. There's definitely seagulls up north, but then kind of mixed with that air, you smell the cedar from the north, because the seaside thicket runs north above that. Though it itself is not on the coast, it's really just a short hike down to the city of Craspin, which is not a major trade city. The main economy of this town is driven by the merchants and such that actually pass through here. There is some farmers, but most of it is merchants, resellers, and people who take the raw goods that are brought in from the coast and turn them into sellable things. The beaches are spoke of pretty highly down to the east. You would know that much. Mostly because they're isolated. It's like a cliff drop off, and then the beach and the dock town is right there. So because of that, there's not big merchants that travel through here. Nobody's going to be coming through here with a caravan. It's like one cart will fit on the road at a time.
What's the weather like?
Breezy, a little bit cool.
Okay.
The allergies definitely flare up a little though, just because of the cedar. So if you're prone to that, that's definitely going. And also, as you hit, you notice that there are statues in the middle of town, which are to Creus, Tethys, Epimetheus, Prometheus, Atlas, Hyperion, Thea, Themis, Oceanus, Rhea, and Kronos, the Titans.
All of them.
Pretty much all of them.
Pretty much. Are there some missing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Alrighty. You guys go find the general or mayor.
The governor, Lursa?
Yeah, governor, that woman.
Yeah.
I'll find y'all eventually. And I start walking right towards the docks.
Okay. It's like, takes you... Where are you guys all heading first off? It is sundown, so... You imagine
the
if
dock's an hour away.
Yeah, about an hour.
Alright.
I was literally just told we're leaving. I have no fucking clue what's happening.
You were what?
I was just told that we're leaving. I was never like,
Yeah, and now we've arrived.
I am here.
Given that the sun's
Everybody
going
is
down,
good.
I'm going to go ahead and say that the governor's probably not busy, but I am going to head out and search for the sheriff.
Okay.
Holden.
You do find the jailhouse here.
Yeah.
It is much larger than, of course, the tiny town before,
Yeah.
but nowhere near the size of Gray's actual prison.
Mm-hmm.
There is 2 guards immediately inside, and the equivalent of a receptionist right up front, and then there's like 2 halls that go to the back. One of them seems to be more of like for conferences, for meetings, and probably offices. The other one seems to be actual holding cells. And you walk up, and the receptionist seems to be tidying things up like for the end of the day.
Yeah.
And looks up as you enter. Yes?
Yeah, is Marcus Holden still in
The sheriff?
for the day? Yeah.
Let me see really quick. He should be leaving soon. His business is...
It doesn't seem, given, from what I've seen coming in here, that too pressing, but might be. I'm here under General Wynn's orders to investigate.
Oh, yes, of course. Please wait here.
Yes.
She wanders off into the back. Where are the rest of you going?
I'm gonna be in the cart.
Just staying with the cart, like in the road, or taking it to a inn, or...
He's just in the back seat twiddling with his dog toy.
I'll walk in with Ken.
I'll go to the mayor.
Just so he doesn't get
Okay.
dumped.
You go towards seems to be the town hall, the city center, and you walk up, and there is a guard who is at the front as well, and I'm sorry, the center is closed for the night.
This is sort of an important matter. I'm here with my associates on behalf of General Wynn. It's a direct order from Atlas.
Were you sent for?
Yes.
I will see if Lursa is still in. She may be gone for the night, though, and I can't do much if that's the case. I can't really rightly show you to her house without, documentation.
Naturally.
He walks inside. You're all just 3 staying with the cart.
I'm with him.
You're with him.
That's
Okay.
just-
Britton's
yeah.
staying with the cart too.
I'm gonna just be fiddling with tools.
Okay. You're heading towards the dock side on the east. You pass by these few small farms that are on the out end. You also pass by a building which is all wood, and on the outside is a giant, like this thing was a monster, elk head mounted to the top of it. and you hear people clinking mugs on the inside and cheering and yelling. And then as you pass by, you see two people on the outside. Looks like they're fighting, and then you realize they're actually sparring. They both have swords drawn. They're dulled blades, and one of them finally hits the other across the stomach, and they just kind of throw up their hands. But you're making your way towards the east. After a brief amount of time, the secretary returns. Marcus will see you.
Thank you.
You two are brought back. You unfortunately get the news that Lursa has already gone to bed.
Alright.
So she could be reached for tomorrow. Right here. I will let her know that you are coming, and we will reserve the first block of the day for you.
Yes, see that you do.
Okay. You guys are taken back to the sheriff's office. He's a very, very stout man with a pencil-thin mustache, hair which is parted in the middle. It's stringy, like it's bald right here. The part is way too big. And he smells like whiskey, despite the fact that he's definitely sober. Maybe this man just reeks of it at all times. And he has a swivel chair, and he spins around as you all come in. Have a seat.
Thank you.
And lets you both sit
I'm not gonna be
down.
a part of that.
Takes a bowl out and goes, toffee.
No. Thank you, though.
Sure.
It's that awful cheap stuff where when you chew it, you talk like this for 5 minutes.
Hope we don't have any fillings.
Just you're out of this conversation because you're just the whole time. So, you're here from the army. Yes. You're commanders, soldiers,
Not conscripts.
Generals.
conscripts.
Sort of say.
Yeah.
So,
if you haven't been filled in, little bit of an issue going on here. People kind of going missing. Big deal. We thought it was big enough that we needed to escalate it to the higher authorities, because 1 or 2, that's my jurisdiction. 20 or 25, that's usually a little bit bigger. That's a problem. So
I would say so.
yeah, you actually can find most of the missing posters on the billboard outside of the postings board that's out at the town center. But mostly we just wanted some outside help. We thought maybe some outside eyes would be better equipped for this.
Fair.
So far, we haven't found any connection, other than most of them lived on the outskirts of the city, but not all. Some religious folks, some we didn't think were religious folks. Mostly humans, but not all of them. None of them were involved with any drugs that we're aware of. Some of them had drinking problems, some didn't. There's just no significant pattern that we can really find. So,
Okay, so you said 20 to 25 total?
yeah. We have a reported 25.
Okay.
There are 5 of them that I don't want to say couldn't have just wandered off.
Okay.
They're the kind of the people that they go missing for long periods of time. 3 of them work in the docks, and 2 of them are part of the Hunters Guild. So it's quite possible that they just left.
Okay. And, of course, no common denominator between
Not that I've found
any
yet,
one person. Except for mostly living on the edge. of
mostly.
town.
But
Mostly.
again, not all.
A couple in.
Yep.
How? When did you? What is this whistling?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. I've just been ignoring it.
Everybody heard the whistling, right?
I've been hearing it for at least a couple minutes.
Crazy. All right.
Anyways, when was the first, reported missing?
The first
Person.
reported missing was a young woman by the name of Julianne Redbelk. She went missing from the edge of town. Very, very sweet girl. Farmer's daughter. She was roughly 24 years old. Again, the whole time stop throws things off, but she genuinely is 24 years old.
And about
Gone.
how
Missing from the home.
long ago was that?
3 months.
3 months. Okay. So within 3 months, about 25 have gone
Yes.
missing. Rough ages of the people missing.
Youngest one has been 16.
Oldest?
Was an elf, 177,
Okay, so
but human, 63.
pretty good range there. Okay.
Is that 63 in relation to the time stop? I know I'm not there, but he seemed like he was clarifying that.
Was that 63 actual?
They were 63 prior to the time stop, so they are frozen at 63.
Okay.
They're a lot older than that, of course, but they are perpetually an old man. Or dead man. I don't know what happened to them.
In any of these missing reports, have you or any of your staff or guard come across any traces of anything remotely
Nope.
out of the ordinary?
Half of them were breaking and entering. Half of them had no sign whatsoever. Very odd, if you ask me.
Any strange visitors to the area in the past 3 months or so?
You two are a little odd.
Well, we're also sent by General Wynn to
That's
investigate
right. That's right.
strange visitors.
Yep. Just the merchants that normally come through.
Fair. What can you tell me about the area surrounding Cavers?
We have the forest. The forest is very, very well populated with large beasts. A lot of people come here for game hunting. Some come here for sport and danger hunting. You will occasionally find the rogue minotaur or the raving drake throughout the area, and people will intentionally hunt it out. The forest seems small when you look at it, but the stretch actually runs very close to the east side of Evolution. So a lot of people take sport in going here. Also, the waters are dangerous. Some people come here for the sport of the fishing.
But I'm guessing, given your call, that it's safe to say that you don't think that this is all for sports.
Nobody's house is burned down by a dragon or been kidnapped by a harpy within the last 60 years that I've done this.
Yeah, fair. Just gathering all the clues I can.
Sure. You probably wander your way there, I would assume, next or to the cart.
I feel like we have like a... Yeah, to the cart I would go.
Now, how long ago was the most recent missing person?
Last night.
If I know it's late in the day, but if you don't mind, could we see the?
They're missing.
Show us where their residence or some.
Oh yeah, no problem. Yeah, of course, I could get one of my men to take you out there. It wouldn't be an issue at all. How many of you are there, by the way? So I know how many people we're putting up for lodging.
We've got, 7?
7?
Yeah.
Oh, they sent more than I was even hoping for. Perfect.
Yeah.
Of course. Let me get some letters for you. We will be placing you all up at the Bramble Rose. It's a cute little inn that's popped up. Gosh, probably right around the time of the time stop, to be honest. And it's I think you'll find it quite quaint.
Now, I only want to ask this just because this guy has seemed overtly casual.
Uh-huh.
Have I gotten any sort of odd clues or inclinations from this guy?
Give me an insight check.
He's kidnapping them with poison toffee.
14.
14. He seems just relatively unshaken, which might throw you off a little. You do catch the occasional nervous glance, especially to Atris, might be because of his size, incredibly. And you definitely feel like there's something he is hiding. That being said, you don't get the sense of guilt or of concern, and you feel that he is very open in any questions.
Okay.
So you don't necessarily feel that he's directly involved, but you do feel like maybe this is an old money kind of town where if you go digging too deep, you might find things they don't want you to.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the whole reason he might have escalated this is because he's worried that something else might become uncovered because of this.
Gotcha. Okay.
The entire time, Atris has been lightly bobbing his head, just going, "I shot the sheriff."
But I didn't. Oh god, toffee's still in it.
All right.
Keep grabbing more and more
Yeah,
on the table and just popping it.
Atris would have shot him.
I'll gladly let the his associate
Sure.
show us to the
Okay.
most recent place.
All right. Y'all take care now. I am gonna retire.
As we leave, I'm intimidation to check out the fuck out of him.
Okay.
Just giving them like a death
Just
stare.
do the. Are you doing the?
No, not that. Just like I'm the last one out the door. I just turn back around and just.
Okay, give me an intimidation check.
Sleep well.
Yeah.
God is watching. I'm trying to persuade him to
Natural
sleep
20
well.
plus something.
Okay, he definitely. You feel like this man probably has a little bit of an iron will to him, but he definitely kind of gives you the like look,
Oh, he's looking you up and down, dude. You got.
and then
yourself a
but he
sport.
hands you the letters that he had mentioned before. Like it just made him remember. Like yeah, and there's the letters for the inn.
Ever been touched by
Ever been touched by a druid?
by a sheriff before?
Please don't tell me that's gonna be our first merch.
Ever been touched by a druid?
Before?
Ever been touched by and then a blank?
On the back it says.
I think it
"Wanna
should
be?"
have the floppy hat guy, and it just with big bug eyes. And he goes, "Ever been touched by a druid?"
We
So
want you.
you make it to the seaside town, and it's like you can stand up here and you see the roofs of the buildings down there. And there is one small fishing vessel that is currently parked, and there is 4 or 5 burly guys taking loads of fish off.
All right. So this is like
Smells like fish, like sea air. It's
You fit
very
in.
familiar.
So is this like a cliff or is this like a?
It's like a
beach?
cliff with a road down, and then to a very nice beach.
All right. Is there anywhere where the cliff intersects the ocean?
No,
All right. Well,
there's
I
always
make-
beach between.
I make my way down to
Okay.
the beach.
You make your way down. It takes like another 15 minutes just to get down. And you find yourself in this small town. There's a few shops here and there, but most of it is incoming, outgoing trade. And there is a man who seems to be the dock master who's just yelling and pointing at different people moving things.
Yeah.
And there is a bar here, which is the Seaside Thicket. So it's named after the woods that are not next
Okay.
door. And it's loud, it's boisterous, and it smells like beer is probably spilled all over the floor in there.
I walk just right past all of it, straight down the dock and into the water.
You just walk into the water,
Yeah.
you just end it all.
Huh?
Just walk.
Actually, from the outside, it probably looks that way.
What's your next character gonna be?
Someone who can breathe in the water.
You don't
Triton.
want my
Triton,
next.
Okay, so you walk into the water.
Yep.
A turtle.
I've just
Woolly
missed the
dusted.
salt water.
It's just like you kind of do the stand in the water and
Well,
feel
I
it
can
going
swim.
up. But I mean, like where you stand at the bank and let it like hit you.
No, I just want to like completely float.
Okay, yeah, you go floating.
Actually depends. How much your next character?
The entire time he's just hissing
Higher.
because he's in the water.
Higher than 10.
You all pass by in the process of being led by this deputy. You pass by the carriage, the wagon. So you can pick up your friends if you'd like to, or just ignore them and walk past.
Or,
Britton's sitting up front still, like foot propped up, sharpening a dagger.
For anybody that are interested, we're going to check out the most recent missing person.
Did you find us a place to sleep?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Why don't I take care of that while you guys do whatever? And he takes the cart and starts to try and find this place. He's like just wandering, starts to clop the just clip clop the horses around town until he can find this place. And I guess you two are just kind of in the back, just
I'll
riding
help
along. The sheriff takes you to, or the deputy takes you to the edge of town.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes you a little while to walk over there. And there is a small house, which does seem to have signs of forced entry. There is a broken latch on the end. And inside, there is a woman who is like cleaning splinters off of the ground where it was broken in. She seems to be also picking up broken pieces of pottery where something got smashed. And she sees you all approach and... Any word on my husband?
We're hoping to find out soon. I'm hoping that maybe you could give us a little bit of help in finding him a little bit more quickly.
They probably do. I'm assuming, did you come
Yeah, I
along
was
with
in
them
the
when you
car, I was
picked
in
them?
the-
Yes.
I've been ritual casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
I'm waiting to get a word in.
All right,
Did,
sorry.
Did your
No,
husband comb his hair?
I'm sorry?
Did your husband comb his hair?
Yes, every day.
Where's the comb?
It's sure. She wanders off and goes to find his brush.
I'm taking some hair off of it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I don't want to waste it on this.
Why did he use it though?
I don't want to waste it on this.
The option is there now.
It said blood.
I think it
It's
said
fine.
just any part of
It's
there.
supposed to be
It's
blood.
Is there
There's
any
a
Is there any
Yeah.
water in the
Your husband
soil?
bleed a lot.
He doesn't
No,
bleed
we are
often.
saving this for whenever we find some tight.
He doesn't bleed often. I'm sorry.
Why not?
He doesn't. I don't think he's ever been hit. Are you here too? Who are you?
I just show up.
I have leeches.
Not yet.
No. What's up?
What can you tell me from what you last remember? I'm sure you've already spent
Oh my
the
god.
story.
Yeah. He. So last night we sat down. We had our tea like we always do. I boil a kettle on the fireplace. We drink our tea. It's lovely. It's one thing me and my husband have done since the day we got married. We have one son. He hasn't been home for a while. He moved to Gray and he runs a shop there now. We go to see him about once a month. Just catch up on things. We're very simple folk. We've farmed pretty much our whole lives. Last night after we went to bed, there was a loud bang. I ran out to see what it was. There was a man. I couldn't see his face. He was standing with a cloak in the doorway, and he shoved me aside, and I smashed the pot in the process of falling, and I blacked out. When I woke up, my husband was gone.
About how big was this man?
About his size. She points to him. But no armor.
What does
The deputy goes,
Deputy will remember that.
what does
Black cloak?
I guess so.
Yes,
Kill the
yes.
deputy.
what does your husband or your son?
And he had a headpiece on with horns. Maybe I'm, demonizing it, but I feel like I remember this. Or maybe he was a devil himself.
Like him?
Yes, just like those.
The deputy will remember that. Shit, Asher's about to get arrested.
Deputy General Wynn can vouch for
I'm
this
still
man?
singing that song, but instead of saying I did not kill the deputy, it's like I fucking killed the deputy.
What does your husband or not husband?
He's a farmer.
What does your son do in Gray?
He's a merchant.
Merchant of
Mostly goods that we import from here. He buys and he resells for a higher value. He has contacts here, so
so
it's easy to do.
presumably
He's an upseller.
a lot of what
Drop shipping.
your father would supply your son essentially.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
We're from Gray's White House.
I see.
Yeah. If there was a sort of name or something, try to associate that.
Olskin, if you wanted to know our last name, is Olskin.
Oskin?
Olsken. Olskin.
What was your husband's name?
Shane.
Shane, alright.
Dawson.
No, Olskin.
Almost.
And all right, so I want to check the place out for. I'm guessing, of course, 4th century.
It's pretty obvious on
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
Just detect magic on.
No magic in here.
No magic.
So obviously 4th century. Are there drag marks or scraping
Give me an investigation
trails or
check.
anything like that?
Can I help you with that?
I don't know. Can you? I'd like that.
Plus one to it.
4.
No real luck.
What's your
It's
bonus to investigation?
in all fairness, honestly,
6.
this is right
Let me
off
do it next
the road. This is a road. There's a road that leads straight up to the door, so there's no evidence of footprints. Going along the path on the side, you don't see any evidence of anybody being drugged. Possible this, especially with the stature he was discussed, it's quite possible this man was carried, or could have even willingly gone, because as you go into the bedroom, you're not seeing signs of a struggle in there. That being said, she was unconscious, and she can't say that he didn't come out as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to ask her. So, you, just to get the order of events, right? You, there was a sound. You came out,
Yes.
and this was before your husband was still there when you.
I mean, he woke up too, but he wasn't out of bed. I got out of bed first.
Yeah, I see. Okay, so you were out before you saw him disappear.
Yes.
Okay.
I was unconscious.
All right.
I assume it was black. Unless they magically made me go black. That's
No, you don't come back from that.
alright. Continue.
That's all I have.
Okay.
Atchis in the back. You're also not in a wheelchair.
You enjoy your stay in the water. Anything else you want to do, or you just stay there until pretty much it's dark enough and you feel like time to go back?
I'm just gonna float there.
Okay.
I miss the ocean so much.
Okay. It's calm. It's nice.
Until a boat shows up and runs me over.
No, it's most of them would have already been in if they were going to be. But you do notice as the sun fully goes down, there is a lighthouse here, and so the flame it does actually have a focus on it where it will somebody either up there or maybe even they do have a clockwork mechanism is turning it back and forth.
Or just a
But
mill.
it's not a full turn; it's just a back and forth over the open ocean.
What's the perception check then to see Robert Pattinson fuck a mermaid?
I know that.
Oh, roll for it.
Yes.
13 plus 1.
Unfortunately, just not high enough.
Damn.
You all continue to investigate the house. Britton takes the cart with you guys over to the Bramble Rose, and parks the cart in like an awning that's off to the side, and walks in with the letters. Y'all coming?
I'll go. I'm gonna command the spider to just guard the cart.
Okay.
Pass
God.
non-lethally.
All right. Walks to the front desk and hands them over. The bartender is huge, dude. I mean, just stacked guy. He's got scars all across his face, a thick beard, and he has like a sword that's like ceremoniously placed behind him, and it's like a huge, great sword. And he walks up, takes the letters. 7 of you, huh? Do you want me to hold for the other 4, or you want to hold on to these 4?
I will do something. Thank you.
And
Looks
they were
like I'm
never seen again.
looks like I'm putting them up until you get your job done, huh? All right. Rooms are covered. Pulls out 3 keys, sets them down. I'll give the other 4 when they bring the other 4 letters.
Appreciated. I'm going to the room.
Okay. And inside is kind of like was described, although you guys weren't there, but it is a quaint bar. There's a nice fireplace. It's very ornate. There's soup cooking on the fireplace, and one of the barmaids continuously goes by and checks to see how it's doing. Every once in a while, someone will order some, and she'll pail a little bit out, set it down. But there's about 7 or 8 people in here drinking, and as the night goes on, more people are filing in. It's just a very homely bar. And hunting does seem to be a very big thing here. There's deer heads all over the walls here, too. So, you retire to your room. Britton does the same. Retiring?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Anything else you guys are going to try and do at this house?
Yeah, so last thing that I really want to check here is how long ago did their fire go out before they went to sleep? Like, they had a fire going. They went to sleep. Assuming they maybe snuffed it out before they went to sleep.
We did, yes.
How long ago was that?
We snuffed it out. We snuffed it out right before we go to bed. So we went to bed. I don't know how long we were asleep, to be honest. I do know that I have not been back to sleep since, and it felt like an eternity before the sun came up. In all realism, it was probably, middle of the night when it happened.
Roughly what hour do you guys normally call it?
Only a couple hours after sundown. We're not late birds or anything.
Were they carrying any light, or were you only able to see by, say, the light of the moon?
I was only able to see by the light of the moon.
All right.
Presumably, they saw me fine, though.
Okay. Well, we'll do our best.
Thank you.
To find your
I don't have any money worth giving, but
It's kind
if there's
wouldn't-
anything
I
that
wouldn't
I
even
could
think
ever
it.
do, or thank you all. Thank you.
You helping us out,
The
answering
deputy's still
questions.
looking at you like this.
Big
Intimidation
horse.
check. I'm fucking.
Your answering of questions
Considering
is
after all he got-
more than enough.
I just laugh at him.
So you all head towards the inn.
Yes, and
Okay.
I thank her one more time.
Thank you so much. If you don't need me though, I'm planning on going to Gray and staying with my son for a couple of days while this all blows over. I can't stand the thought of an empty house.
Before we leave, real quick, I'm gonna do my detect celestial fiend, undead, consecrated spirit. Just if anything pops up.
And just for your own safety, can I get your name one more time? I don't think I even got that.
No.
Yes.
Tara.
Kara?
Tara.
Tara.
Just tells you no.
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 I want to actually, real quick, if you don't mind, I'm a medical professional. I would like to look at your head just to
Sure.
make sure.
Give me a medicine check.
Yeah.
That
Hate the
one.
medicine's a wisdom
You're
skill.
retarded.
So,
Severe case of
a 14.
serious
14?
brain damage.
You basically, you take like a small torch that you run through a tube to check her ears too.
Mhm.
And she definitely has blood behind her eardrum on this side. And she has just a nasty bruise that's already pooling into like a lower eyelid contusion. I mean, the lid is starting to drop here, and there's some busted vessels on this side. She definitely took a strong hit to the left side of her head. The blood behind her eardrum, you really don't want to rule out a brain bleed, to be honest with you. Like, she got hit hard.
Oh my.
And you imagine she's got some memory loss. Loss of consciousness would be easy with this kind of injury.
I see. Yes. It checks out. And it could. What seems to be the likelihood of that relating to her not quite? She mentioned horns. What's the possibility that was a fabrication?
Honestly, it's not unlikely. You imagine most fabrications would be things like expansion of time, like she describes, it felt like eternity. She might actually, she probably has a terrible estimate of what time it all happened.
Mm-hmm.
And anything that's happened since that first injury, probably super unclear. Anything before, it could be hit or miss, but you imagine most of it is only minor exaggerations.
And is she like a goner, or is she gonna be fine?
It's hard to say with that, to be honest with you. She's, for somebody who took a hit like that, she seems to be talking pretty well.
Okay, so that's
So it's positive, but it's not conclusive.
not conclusive. Okay. Is it what advice, as you're being a medical professional, what advice would you give?
I mean, most people like that you would send to a hospital right off the bat. But I mean, your best bet in that case is going to be to watch for symptoms, to immediately seek the help of another doctor or somebody if she begins to experience severe headaches or changes in vision, or especially another loss of consciousness, and definitely be around somebody else at all times.
Yes, I will inform her of that, and then push that responsibility off on the deputy.
Okay. And he just... Yeah. So, you all head back to the inn? You know where it is. You were informed of what it was called.
For tonight, yeah.
Okay. Do you come down to give them the letters, or?
I'm probably I'll go down.
Okay.
Thank you.
As you all walk up and kind of explain it, he goes upstairs, knocks on the door, and just gets the letters from you.
Yeah.
He just takes all 4 of them, and he's like, "You're still missing one. If you want me to just hold on." What's he look like? He comes back down with it all. What's the one who's missing look like?
That's a good question.
I'll wait downstairs for him.
Hands the keys and hands you that one back.
That works, yeah.
Round of drinks.
Not tonight.
Okay.
Is this man like my size?
Yeah. Like this man could take you in a fight, to be honest with you. Like a just if you both stripped off armor and went knuckles to knuckles, you're not sure you could beat this guy. Like he's seen some shit.
Even match.
That's you guys lock eyes and just go, and just put him on the table.
But,
I'm curious. Arm wrestle.
You want to go?
It's been a while.
We can go for it. He squares up on the table.
Strength mod?
Yep.
He probably got me beat, but I'll be close.
I don't know. Didn't roll great.
19.
It's pretty even match. You both just right here until eventually you just kind of both. What is your strength score?
16.
Okay. After a amount of time, you feel yourself wearing out a little bit, and it just slowly goes down until finally it goes off in his favor.
Remember when you
That was nice.
arm wrestled like a peasant as a paladin?
Yeah, that was good stuff.
It was great. It was awesome.
So,
I loved it.
Ink, do you eventually? I mean, like probably 3 a.m., but eventually wander back. Okay, you.
While
He does offer you a free drink here and there just to see if you're like. He's like, I hate that you're waiting up. If you want, an ale, it's on me.
Did anything pop up with my like detect thing earlier in the house?
Nope.
I'm gonna do it again here.
Okay. Nothing pops up. Oh well, what else? What all does it detect?
Celestials, fiends, undeads, consecrated and desecrated objects and locations
It's a quick
Within what?
ping.
within 60 feet of me. And
But-
I'd probably just sit in the middle of the room, probably.
And
Or
it's just like
even closer to the bard dude, just because all that I have to go off right now is dude is same size as me, and I'm very big, so it's hard to find people my size.
Nope, none of those ping.
Desecrated grounds because of the antlers and everything everywhere.
I say after my long soak, I walking back. Is that bar still open?
Yeah,
I
it is.
I walk in.
Okay, you walk into the fishy smelling
Yeah.
beer bar. You walk in, and there is
I'm just dripping wet.
music playing, and it's super jovial, but super bad. Like there's two people, and they're playing what was probably once a sea shanty, but has turned into a no. Let's just keep the rhythm going. Just keep it
Yeah.
going, guys. And there's people like dancing with each other. Some same gender, some other gender. They're just dancing with anyone at this point. And there's like two barmaids that are carrying what look like fried whole fish around.
Hell
And
yeah.
they're just like tossing them to people who will just toss a coin back. Sometimes they toss a copper, sometimes they toss a gold. They don't seem to care. It's just everybody's throwing money and everybody's dancing. And as soon as you walk in, somebody slams a mug of ale into your chest and goes, "Don't run your tab too high," and just walks back into the fray.
I plan
Into
to.
the sea.
You're just back into the sea. Just ah yes, the mug mermaid.
Don't run your tab
The
too
mug
high.
mermaid.
Yeah, I know. I
More mug.
drink the thing as I walk towards the bar.
Okay. You walk towards the bar. The guy has the patchiest beard you've ever seen in your life. His hair is just worn thin from the sun. His scalp is clearly sunburned, but it looks like it's been burned so many times. The growths on it are definitely cancerous.
Oh yeah.
His nose has definite skin cancer on the side, and his eyes have what are called like pinguiculas. They're like these like growths on the lenses themselves, where it's growing across from just sun and wind and salt.
You're just describing my grandfather.
And he just sees you come up and goes, "Yeah,
What's the strongest swill you have?
we just serve ale." He just pours more ale out of the same barrel. Yeah, 1 copper.
Flick him a gold.
Dollar draft night. But it's always dollar draft night. Ah! And you hear everybody goes, "Ha!" and just keeps dancing.
Alright, I walk back out.
Okay.
I'm looking for something stronger.
Alright. There's nothing in this town, unfortunately. Not this little seaside town. This is the open, late, cheap beer place. All the sailors come to.
Whiskey nicks.
Yeah.
No, I just want to wander around.
Okay. Cute town. Shops are pretty much closed up. Not really much else to find here, to be honest. There's the one ship that's still, but it's empty now in the dock.
Alright, I find a comfy roof.
Okay. Find a roof and sleep on it. Atris just doesn't show up. It gets to the point where finally he's going through and he's cleaning tables, and he like nods to one lady who you imagine is like a frequenter, and just wipes the tables down and slings it over his shoulder. I can keep an eye out for your friend if you want. I'll be here counting everything for probably another hour or so, but what's he look like?
Well, he has purple hair and he's probably on a roof, so it won't matter. I'll just throw him back the paper and head upstairs.
Appreciate it.
I want a rematch in the morning.
We'll see what we can do. And he begins to just finish cleaning up. You go to bed. Everybody gets their sleep in. Wakes back up. You wake up first because you were hit directly by the sun.
Sun.
And there's just commotion before the sun even comes up. Birds are going, and you hear people loading up that ship again. Every single one of them should have had a hangover with how drunk you saw them last night. Not a single one
They're
does.
sailors. Come on.
They've done this. This is definitely daily for them. You imagine the economy here is, I make about 5 gold. I spend about 4 of it and drinks the same day.
Yeah, and fried fish. That's where they get you.
They make a lot of money doing the fish here. You imagine, because you see even in the morning, there's 3 or 4 carts making their way up the road just full of fish.
I pull out my last fish.
Okay, it in fairness, with the smell of the fresh fish, this one tastes really bad now.
Toss it. I'll go get some fresh ones.
Also,
Okay.
it came from my
Fish
inside.
is so cheap here, though. Like,
you are picky.
it's like every mile they travel, though, they mark it up more. But right here in town, maybe $1, so like a copper for a whole fish.
Alright, I'll do it.
Okay. And you all wake up. Downstairs, the bartender is not there yet, but there is a young woman who is setting up things and cleaning. Wherever you all go to.
Yeah, I'm coming down.
I'm
Okay.
not leaving my room yet.
As you come down, she kind of waves at you. I'm afraid we aren't the kind of establishment that does breakfast.
Where can I find some breakfast, though?
Well, the other inn's got it. I mean, you don't have to be a patron to go there. It's just down the road a bit. It's called the Thicket Inn. Also, you could go, if you wanted to go the next town over, it's going to be about an hour walk for you, but there's probably fish still there from last night. Always smells that way.
You're talking about Craftsman?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's 1 or 2 little shops that might have some sweets or goods, or maybe pastries for you in the mornings.
Well, I'm not trying to travel too far, so probably go check out the Thicket Inn.
Sure.
Um,
Nice people. Ask for Doris. She's always there.
what's
I'm not sure how I feel about the name Doris.
She didn't pick it.
Scary, man. Dorises are
Oh.
scary.
I'm gonna head over to the Thicket Inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking the exact same thing too.
I'm glad that
Do
Someone
you
else.
arrive back? Do you eventually come back into the town?
Ah,
Yeah.
Okay. You wander back into the town. It's bustling. People wandering here and there. You kind of ask around until you find the inns, and you determine that they've got to be at one of the 2. Either the Thicket Inn or the Bramble Rose. You kind of walk around the Thicket Inn, don't see anything, go towards the Bramble Rose, and you find the cart hitched up the side, and so you know that they're there.
alright. I walk in and just throw my boots up on a table while eating the fish.
Okay. And the lady who's cleaning tables for the morning goes, "Can I help you?
No,
Do you have a room?"
I think.
Walks back behind the counter, pulls up like what looks like a note, looks at you, looks back at the note. But, you do me a favor and tell me what color your hair is? The beanie's kind of...
I pull it off.
This is yours, but I'm supposed to just take it and give you a key. She just walks over and hands you a key.
Thank you.
You all arrive at the Thicket Inn. It smells like eggs and breakfast and maybe sausage. There is a really, really hefty woman with like the space buns on top of her head who is cooking food.
Doris.
Don't wear it out. She turns around. The single mole on her chin with the hair is just... You're staring at it and you can't help it. This is just... You kind of want to...
Oh,
And there's like 2 blackheads right here that you know, if you were to squeeze them just right, they would... You know, and it would be so satisfying to do. But she just... The unibrow, the mole... She's rough.
yeah, that's Doris.
get out of there.
Cam's attracted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how's his marriage to the girl that he,
About
No.
the same level.
Yeah.
Get out of
She's
there.
cooking. What can I get you?
Eggs over medium and some
You get eggs.
Yep.
She just
hash browns.
potatoes. Dumping potatoes onto a plate.
Yeah, and she goes to the corner.
She places it down. 1 silver. Puts it behind the counter. Examines it first like it matters because it's obviously a silver, and puts it in a pouch.
Can I make a wingman for you if you want me to?
When she like talks, You can definitely see between these two teeth, and at first you think, oh, they're just really far apart. Then you see the stub of the center tooth that for some reason was right in the middle of her mouth. It's just like broken, cracked, and then everything is kind of bent out alongside of it.
Resurrection just keeps getting bigger.
Cairo, can I get some mayonnaise, please?
Cairo's not here. I never left my room.
You walk back. I need mayonnaise.
Oh man. Alright.
I need liquor. Stronger. Mayonnaise.
Just gonna press the digitation and make it taste like chocolate pudding.
Okay. Oh,
Add alcohol to
oh
mayonnaise.
man, that's just.
I can just give you
it
honey.
tastes like chocolate pudding, but it doesn't sit like chocolate pudding.
James, just add alcohol to mayonnaise. Just do it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
All right, so you all, those of you who want the breakfast, it is 1 silver.
I'm just
I
eat a
got
ration.
fish.
You got your fish. We don't have super long left, but I kind of want to see where you guys want to get to and go to.
The
How
reason
you
I'm
wanna-
in my room is because I
What are
need
we doing
2
here?
hours to do stuff.
There's one thing that I didn't do last night that I kind of, well, I forgot about, so I'm going to do now. Search for tracks around inside the house of the place where Tara was. Tara's house.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go speak to the mayor.
Tracks
Okay.
going in
Right.
any particular direction.
Give me a survival check.
I'll go with Corbin to the mayor.
Okay. You arrive
Intimidation
over
check.
at the mayor's.
Bodyguard intimidation check. Some little bitch.
You arrive at the front of the town hall. There's like the post-it what's going on in town board right next to it, and the guard goes, "Oh, somebody said you might be coming. Are you looking for the mayor?"
Yes.
They described. I got she's here for you, and he opens the door, and you realize now that this is built to look bigger than it is because it goes straight in, and the offices are just right there across, and the mayor's is right in the middle.
Mhm.
And there's like 2 guards on the inside too, and they just like nod at you. You can walk straight in. Standing up is a young, actually fairly young-looking woman. She has blonde hair, which is pulled into a tight bun, and she's dressed very, very nicely, like expensive robes. And she stands as you enter.
I'm just gonna lightly bow. Just like, yes, we have been sent by General Wynn under the command of one Atlas to address your problem. If you have any information that would help us in our search, that would be most appreciated.
I don't have much short of what the sheriff could give you. I've heard you've actually met with him as well. Other than we obviously will, any resources we can provide you, we will gladly do so. I believe he has set you up with an inn, and that's, if you need help with any of our detectives, deputies, of course, anytime, any needs of funding, we can try our best. We don't have much here in the city, but anything we can do. Unfortunately, my information is not going to be much better than what we already have.
Mm-hmm. Well, in that case, I would like a map of the city with the locations of the missing people's
Sure.
residences.
I can do so.
All right,
I can provide that. I can have one made within the next day for you.
appreciate it. And Atris, anything else we should ask him? All right.
Not there.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Man of many words.
I'm hanging out with Doris.
No,
Is-
Yeah, sweetheart.
no, I'm back at the house.
You're hanging. Come on, man.
No, I'm back at the house.
What?
He went all the way back to Gray. Just because how disgusted you are.
You're all the freedom.
As far as funding,
Yeah.
we did check out the most recent disappearance. No, I assume no disappearances in the night.
Not that I've heard of yet.
All right, all right. Then we checked out the house and the most recent disappearance, the Olskins, I believe.
Yes.
We weren't able to find much, mostly due to the wife suffering some rather serious head trauma. What would you be able to provide in the way of funding? Not that we need anything at the moment, but we don't know how long we'll be here searching.
Food. Lodging, as long as you need it.
All right.
Um,
Are there any experts in town as far as?
no, that's why we reached out to.
Specifically in that might necessary. Not so much detectives as much as
Trackers.
Specialists or trackers, perhaps, but.
Boy, you can try the Hunters Guild.
Mhm.
Been trying to get that place shut down for a long time, but talk to them if you want.
Alright.
Strange lot.
What's the trouble with the Hunters Guild?
More trouble than they're worth.
Mhm.
Kill everything, eat everything, or don't. Just display it on their wall if they want, and cause fights. Think they're better than most people. They pay bounties for big animals, and the money kind of stays within the lodge, which makes it very difficult to tax some of them. I know that shouldn't be a big deal, but
No, it
it's
is.
a big source of income that we're losing.
Yes,
So-
absolutely. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
Do you think that they might have something to do with the disappearance?
Yeah.
We've mentioned that there are people going missing.
Yes, and
and-
twice I've heard stories of people wearing horns.
Yes. And they would have access to.
Oh, beyond access. They
Yes.
have so many of them.
Yes, and while I am, of course, aware that there's the potentiality of that being a scapegoat, there is the possibility that they are, because these attacks have been very uncoordinated as far as who they're targeting. So,
As far as we can tell, yes.
Yes, it would, even locations. So it would suggest that there are either multiple operators. If they didn't always have the horns, then it's possible that there's more than one person working this.
Yes.
Likely not a single serial activist, or actor rather, but yes. So any insights you might have into the Hunters Guild would be appreciated.
Knock and say hi. It's the best I've got for you.
All right. Any idea of leadership in town for them?
They do have a leader. They managed to stay mostly under the radar, but Guildmaster Agamemnon has been the most recent one. Agamemnon.
Biblical as fuck.
He's a half-orc.
Biblical.
Yes, it is.
You know those orcs and their Judeo-Christian beliefs. You have enlightened us quite a bit. I do appreciate it. We will return if we discover anything. I think this is a lead that we will begin investigating. Any new disappearances? Any new disappearances, please.
Of course, and I
have the
believe you
sheriff-
guys are staying at the Ramble Rose. Yes.
Yes, I'm sure if you would like, I'm sure that the deputy would be very willing to run that errand for you.
Yes, of course.
Of course. Well, thank you, and have a good rest of your day, Mrs. I believe it was. I got this. Hold on. I can't read my own handwriting.
Judge Judy.
Jones.
Judge Judy.
Yeah, Mrs. Jones was it?
Mrs. Judge Judy.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you again. She sits back down. Alright, any last places you guys want to go?
Yeah, the
Before we
survival
close
check.
this for the night.
Survival check around the house.
For doors.
No,
Yeah.
back around the house. 15.
Not finding any tracks at all. Whoever did this did it pretty well.
Okay. Geography of the area.
I take that back. You did find some animal prints. Like there's like one or two deer and maybe one or two like cattle or goats.
In which direction?
Various all over the place. Looks like some people let their animals wander free through here.
Okay, so geography of the area. You got, of course, sea to the east, west where we came from,
North
Which-
woods,
And those are
north
some rap
woods,
lyrics.
south is
plains mostly.
Plains.
Plains and more farms.
north is probably most worth investigating.
And this house is actually close to the northeast end of the city.
From what we learned from the sheriff, are most of the outside of town
Towards the north?
towards the north?
Yes.
Okay.
Most of them are. So
Where's the
Mrs.
Hunters
Sackett.
Guild at?
I have a question.
Sure.
Probably more.
east side of the town. He passed right by it.
Yeah. I'm heading in. That's all I wanted to check.
Do you check back with us first? Because you
Oh, I'll go back to the
privy to that conversation.
Rebel Rose.
Okay. Oh, you're going there. Then you're going
Yeah.
to Hunters Guild.
Well, no.
Probably Bramble Rose first. Gotta
Oh,
meet
yeah.
up.
Okay, so I want to as we're about to leave the mayor's place, just one last question. To your knowledge, were any of the victims Hunters Guild members?
Not to my knowledge.
All right,
But again, membership is sometimes secretive.
of course. Well, and please do enjoy the rest of your morning.
You do the same.
Mrs. Jones.
Alright, you all reconvene at the Bramble Rose, share information. And that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
What the fuck is
I just
going
missed
on?
Same.
You're still drunk. Wake up.
People are missing.
Wake up.
One thing that I just realized